Happy Monday, Heat Nation! Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. Your boy was on the road, getting some wrestling done, exhausted, beat. Use the word, doesn't matter, I'm feeling it, but I am ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Don't forget to show some support by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I want to talk about yesterday's game, you guys. The Miami Heat did business yesterday against the San Antonio Spurs. And look, San Antonio, with Victor Wembanyama having a 19-22 record, it could be difficult for the Miami Heat to beat a team like that because Wemby is just a beast. But the Heat got the job done. 128-107. The Heat moved to 21-20 on the season. Mediocre season. We're an 8th seed. We've been hovering around the playoff all season long. We know what this Miami Heat team is. Regular season, we're a play-in team. That's what we've been showing all year long. Maybe on paper, we can possibly be better. I know that we're better. I know in the playoffs, if every player is motivated, the Heat can compete with the best of them, but we're just not showing it. You know, you're an 8th seed right now. The Eastern Conference is really close, so if we can get some of this drama fixed, we might be able to do better. But you had some amazing performances yesterday by certain players, and then some dog shit performances by some other players. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a great game from guys like Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero starting in the backcourt. Now, I will be honest. I don't think, ever since Jimmy Butler's returned, you're not seeing the same Tyler Hero. I think Tyler Hero is kind of like being a little bit passive. He's not taking as much shots. Yesterday, he gives you 18 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. Very good game. 7 for 12 for the field. I need Tyler to be taking about 18 to 20 attempts a game. He's our guy. 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. That's not Tyler Hero's game. Now, look, the Heat were blowing out San Antonio, so I'm not really going to look at this box score as a big deal. 21 points from Duncan Robinson, 5 for 7 from the 3-point line. You get great games from guys off the bench. The bench did a great job. 14 points from Nikola Jovic, 12 points, 6 rebounds from Jaime Jaquez Jr. Terry Rozier has a great game. We finally see a Terry Rozier sighting. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Player of the game again, you guys, goes to Kel'el Ware. He had a monster performance in the last game. A monster performance in this game. Off the bench gives you 25 points, 8 rebounds, 2 block shots, 10 for 19 from the field. He does go 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. You would like to see him make more, but Kel'el Ware is showing that he's been that guy. Now, before I get to the positive in this video and the topic of this video, I want to talk about 2 guys, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. And I roll my sleeves up because, man, do I got some words. First off, let's start with Bam Adebayo. 25 minutes, 3 for 9 for the field, 6 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Plus 19 out there, which is fine. But the performance, in the box score. Jimmy Butler, we know with this drama he's been having, 28 minutes, 3 for 7 for the field, 8 points, 7 rebounds. He's also a plus 19. I don't care. I don't care about the plus 19, to be honest with you guys. I know Jimmy and Bam were making some right plays out there, but for our 2 guys, our leaders, apparently, our 2 main players who are combined averaging about almost over $70 million for this season on the books, to get numbers like that, garbage. Garbage. This is what I'm saying. This Miami Heat team has been so regulated to mediocrity this season, and it's because of BS performances like this. And look, we won the game. I'm not complaining, but let's call a spade a spade. You need better performances from your big players. That's it. I don't care. I don't care. I understand we got the victory. I understand it was against Wemby, which was amazing, but you need better performances from Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. Now look, Jimmy Butler said after the previous game, when he was wearing the Michael Jordan jersey, one thing we didn't talk about when he did his return, he was talking. He was talking about the situation. Now, Jimmy Butler wasn't using certain words. He wasn't giving you guys the full scoop, but he did say something like, sooner or later, the whole truth will come out. Until then, we'll continue to let people talk. If I'm here, I'll go out there and play. And he was basically saying things that there's been a lot of talking. There's been a lot of talking from the organization. There's been a lot of talking about his name. And Jimmy Butler specifically said, there's no talking from me. And that's basically him throwing a shot at the Miami Heat front office, because I've heard from Jimmy Butler's camp, they feel that the Miami Heat have leaked certain information that Jimmy Butler hasn't wanted to go out there. Now, there's obviously friction. The Miami Heat have until February 6th to move Jimmy Butler. It was also reported today that multiple teams may be looking to be interested in partnering up with the Heat to move Jimmy as a far of a 3-4 team package. But we know what's going on with that right now, you guys. There's no offers that the Miami Heat likes. And if the Heat don't get an offer they like, they will keep Jimmy Butler. They will allow this to get uncomfortable. You can't push Pat Riley and the Miami Heat organization to do something they don't want to do. They will not do that. We know that the most important thing about this year is making the playoffs, because you have certain draft picks that are lottery protected that goes to other teams if you don't make the playoffs. So you need to make the playoffs this season. I feel we definitely can. You just need a better Jimmy Butler out there. We need Jimmy Butler to be more motivated. Now look, you guys, will a trade happen by February 6th? I'm still 50-50 with that. I mean, it's really depending on what a team can offer. We know that there's one team right now that's ready to push that trade button with the Phoenix Suns. But we would have to take back Bradley Beal's 3-year, $165 million contract that's left. No, the Heat ain't doing that. And I don't see a lot of other teams that would be open to taking that contract. Maybe a desperate team that's looking to make the playoffs. But I really don't see that team. Now, as we get closer to the February 6th trade deadline, a team might get desperate. So I think that's what the Miami Heat is hoping for. But let's move away from the negativity, you guys, and let's talk some positive. Because last night was the first time that Erik Spoelstra played Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something we've all wanted since the offseason when we drafted Kel'el Ware. Every Miami Heat fan on this channel, majority of the Miami Heat subscribers I have been clamoring for Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo to start at the power forward center position. And if you want me to be honest, you guys, if Jimmy Butler is traded, and depending on the players that we get back, I think that's something Spo should definitely move forward to. You didn't see a great game from Bam yesterday, 3 for 9 for the field, but I feel that if Bam is allowed to move in that power forward position and allow Kel'el Ware to start at the center, this will take up freedom from Bam Adebayo on the defensive end. Guys, you guys got to understand how tiring it is sometimes to run back and forth, up and down the court. I understand they're athletes, but understand that sometimes it's difficult for Bam Adebayo to guard the team's center and then to put a great performance. I'm not giving excuses. I'm just saying that if Kel'el Ware actually is able to start at the center position, this would allow Bam Adebayo to have flexibility. It would allow Bam to be that player that we know Bam can be. You saw it in Team USA when Anthony Davis was playing center and they had Bam at the 4. You saw Bam have the freedom and the flexibility to play his game. Erik Spoelstra was one of the coaches on that roster. This is why he's allowed Bam Adebayo to have more of a long distance range. He hasn't really been doing it that great this season, but still allow him to have that flexibility. I've always said that if Bam Adebayo can get his offense to a Chris Bosh level, then he can be an MVP candidate. We haven't really seen it yet, but maybe a move at power forward can work. And even if you don't trade Jimmy Butler, guys, imagine this starting lineup. Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, and Tyler Hero. You are making up the defensive, I don't want to say lack, but you're making up for the defensiveness, the lack of defensiveness with your starting front backcourt with Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. Even though they're both pretty tall, but now you're allowing Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, who can guard multiple positions. You know Jimmy Butler's a pest in the defensive end. This would dominate the Miami Heat and allow them to have a better defensive presence. And yeah, maybe it's better to have Kel'el Ware being the backup center as a rookie, but why not try this out? You still have Kevin Love. You still have Nikola Jovic that can come off the bench for both guys. I'm not saying that Kevin Love and Nikola Jovic are centers, but remember, When Kel'el Ware is playing, when a substitution happens, Kel'el Ware can come off the floor, Nikola Jovic can come in, Bam can move back to the 5, Nikola at the 4, or vice versa. Bring Bam out, start. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I think it's time to try Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo as a starting lineup. Maybe not yet. I see what Spo's doing. Little by little, he's implementing Kel'el Ware. You saw it in the beginning of the season. He wasn't getting any playing time. Then he started playing, and he officially became the backup. And yeah, you're looking at what Thomas Bryant is doing with the Indiana Pacers, and you're thinking, damn it, why couldn't he do that here? The Miami Heat run a different type of offense, and it looks like Kel'el Ware is doing better. And by trading Thomas Bryant to the Pacers, yeah, you opened up a little bit of flexibility for yourself to get under that second apron line. So Heat Nation, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the game last night? What do you think about Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo's performance? But more importantly, what do you guys feel about having Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo out there together? Do you think it's time to have Kel'el Ware start at the center position, Bam at the 4? Or maybe it's best to leave Kel'el Ware as the backup center for this season? And what do you guys think about this Jimmy Butler trade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. I'll try to get another video for you guys out today. Have another idea, a few topics I want to talk about. But thank you guys so much for the continued support. Don't forget, my debut single, It Feels Good, is out on all music platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all the big stations, Pandora, Nova with an @ sign at the end instead of an A, and It Feels Good is the name of the song. Thank you guys. Until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said. Let's go Heat.